Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a standalone 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Welcome to our goofy little corner of the internet. You've picked the perfect episode to start on, because you can pick any episode to start on. Each story is self-contained and a little fun nugget of adventure. And today, our adventurers that are going to help us mine this fun nugget are Wing.
Hello, I am Wing. I am a Corvidian ranger with short, fluffy grey hairs that look like baby bird feathers. I am wearing a black hoodie with a large front pocket and a traditional Scottish kilt. Over that, I am wearing a long cloak made of colored rainbow parrot feathers and golden scales. Also, I have a sombrero on my head with a beret on top of that. And of course, I am, as always, accompanied by my faithful egg pal and best buddy in the whole world, Nugget, who is now becoming quite big and is also wearing a naval captain's hat because he is now Captain Nugget.
Wonderful. I salute him. Runii.
Hi, my name's Runii. I'm a half gnome, half elf with bouncy, curly, strawberry blonde hair. I'm wearing a large cloak that is forest green, and it's got a number of patches and pockets on it that I've just recently embroidered on them. And I'm also wearing a light green blouse with really long sleeves that billow in the wind that match my emerald green eyes.
Absolutely lovely. And of course, Jade.
Hello, I am Jade. I was asked to talk in a character voice by my friends. They say we cannot tell when you are in character or not, so I really shouldn't be talking in character voice now. Anyway, Jade is a 52-year-old paladin, Oath of the Crown. She has protected Nicomoy for 27 years until she retired. And then she has red skin, black hair, and horns coming out of her head. She went home to her wife and stayed there all day and irritated her wife and stayed there all day and irritated her wife and stayed there all day and irritated her wife. And Alice suggested, wouldn't you know it, that she leave the house to do anything at all, but perhaps go join the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild. And that's why she's here.
Wonderful. And speaking of the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild, roughly a year ago, the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild created a new holiday for Nicomoy, our fair home city. Color Day. A fun festival day where people throw paint at each other in the streets and run around like maniacs. The kids love it. It's a nice release for the adults. And at the end of the day, you get to see your town all painted up. The paint is easily washable through magical means, so it's not really that much of an issue. It's just a fun day for the town. The Fire Breathing Kittens this year are in charge of putting it on, and have done so successfully. Now it is Color Night, and Color Night is more for the adults. Carts line the streets, food and drinks, people go wild and let loose after the kids have gone to bed, and continue to throw paint. The way it's been organized is the financial district, merchants district, things like that, we ignore for the evening. Whole sections of the town have been quadranted off and painted in various colors. Near the port is now Tie-Dye Bay, where the waters of the port are mixed with paints that, manage to stay uniform and separated from the others to prevent just a bunch of brown. Lovely fairy lights illuminate the bay. This is where most of the food and beverages, like a sort of boardwalk carnival type deal. There's plenty of games and attractions and people performing, and of course the occasional adults walloping each other with packets of paint. Another section, Monochromia, is large portions of city blocks that are painted entirely in one color, and people dress entirely in one color. So you get to walk the streets of your town in almost like different color filters. And especially coming in covered in various colors of paint, you stick out and it's a fun little thing. There's also Pastel Town, which is for the kids and largely ignored in the evening. And the Noir, where it's all black and white and grayscale, and it's a little bit more quiet. There's more performances, cafes instead of stalls, and things like that. Having completed, the festivities for the day and ensuring that no trolls attacked anyone or anything like that, you as fire-breathing kittens get to go on patrol. There was air quotes for the listeners, which basically means go walk around town for a while. So while you are still on duty as adventurers, you can go enjoy Color Night. So, would you like to start at the guild call, or do one of the parts of town stand out for your patrol?
Well, I can imagine that since evening has fallen, maybe my fellow guildmates have come to pick me up from Pastel Town, because I would have definitely been between the kids in there on the daytime.
Yeah.
Wing! Wing!
Wing!
Runii, do you see our cold Vidian friend?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of distracted right now. There's a lot of color.
Yes, you see portions of this streets that you've walked many times going to the market or going to the bank are now all soft pastels. Cloaks billow in the wind. There's little maypoles set up and carts filled with packets of paint for kids to throw at each other. You see they're very small and light as to not injure the children, while the adults sometimes occasionally throw heavier loaded ones to really wallop someone. And there's as most of the kids are leaving, you see not other parents, but parents there to pick up their children as you yell for Wing. Wing, are you being distracted in the festivities of Pastel Town, the small rides and sweets, or are you waiting at the curb like a good boy?
Oh, Wing is coming running with paint still dripping fresh from his feathers, with Nugget straight behind him. We are both completely covered in a very wide assortment of colors. And I go, "Oh, Miss Jade, oh, it was so much fun. Oh, look, I hit a lot of kids with paint packets. It was so much great. Oh, hello." Wave to this person I don't think I've met before. Hello, I am Wing.
Hi, Wing. I'm Runii. Who's this with you?
Oh, this is Nugget. He is a great warrior from his tribe. He is also my egg pal. Say hi, Nugget. And Nugget will come up to you and just put a very large colored paw just right in front of on your chest.
Wow. I'm not... You don't know this, Wing, but I'm really interested in, mythical beasts and all things arcane. So I'm just going to... And she just, pets, strokes the scales of Nugget, and she's like, I really hope I'm not disturbing you. If you want me to stop, please just say so, but this is great.
Oh, don't worry. Nugget really always loved the attention. And meanwhile, Miss Jade will hear a draconic, I'm doing this for him. This is fine. Sure, treat me like a pet. Yep.
I will find a bucket of paint, if possible. Can I find one?
Yes, and just a real quick for the listeners, are you dressed any differently? As you know, your clothes will be, for intents and purposes, all your equipment is fine in there. But, are you wearing all white, or how are you dressed?
Well, you guys are now, and I would like to throw a bucket of paint at you. I think blue paint. I think I'm throwing blue paint on everybody. I'm going to try to get all three. My nature is chaotic evil, but I try to be lawful good. So chaos, I'm loving this. I'm just yes, paint. So I'm waiting until Runii is distracting Nugget, is distracting Wing. I'm yes. So now you're all blue.
Yeah, a nice wave of blue splashes across you, scatters onto the streets, and delightfully you look back and you can see the outlines of your bodies on the ground because you blocked the paint spray. And yeah, you're all blue now.
You're gonna pay for that, Jade. And Runii reaches into one of the weird pockets with a patch of a ceramic jar on it. And out from it's kind of bigger on the inside. It is a small patch, probably the size of your hand, but from it, she pulls out a gallon of red paint in a ceramic jar, and she throws that all over Jade and Wing and Nugget. You think I can't fight back? Well, think again.
Jade's plate armor is actually looking kind of bloody. Someone peated me.
There's
Oh,
a
no,
moment
Miss-
where you're like, oh, that's a little scary. Wing?
Regarding my outfit, I would have definitely taken off everything because I'm covered in feathers, so I can be, I don't really have to wear clothes. I just choose to do so. I just have my trusted bag of holding with me, so I at least have my stuff. But besides that, I am just a fluffy bird.
That's now red and blue.
normally, yeah,
You're like Superman ice cream.
Yeah, you've gone from a mottled gray to a tropical bird.
Oh my gosh. I am like one of those rainbow parrots from the zoo, and I puff out my feathers as much as I can, strutting around.
Quick question. Is Nugget a chromatic or a metallic dragon? Or drake?
Currently, he is a golden scaled dragon with a glowing green hue between his scales, because that is the brightest color he had available. So he is now an acid-aligned golden drake, I guess?
Well, now he's a chromatic drake.
Oh dear. Oh, because of the color. I see. I do not really know dragons. I just know Nugget.
Wonderful. Could I get a round of perception checks? Just as you are casually like, we are technically on duty at the moment. But if you have any specific action you'd like to take, feel free. You could also just goof off and go enjoy the festival. Technically as long as you're in Nicomoy, you're on patrol.
That was a natural 1 for Runii. She sees nothing. She's having too much fun.
I have a dirty paint-colored 20.
6.
Ooh. Okay, so with a dirty 20, you see, as you're going around, first and foremost, there's these strange flyers occasionally posted up on the wall, and they stick out because paint is not seemingly sticking to them. So they're clean and visible like pieces of parchment, adorned in gold and silver. So that sticks out to you. And as you're looking around, you do see that there's a few kids who haven't been picked up yet.
Oh no. Lost children. My specialty. Hello, lost children. Have your parents not turned up to pick you up?
Okay. So this kid goes, my dad's not here, and he hasn't been around for a couple days. He's supposed to be here.
I take out my rations and I give the kid water and food.
Oh, okay. We're giving him
okay,
things.
so go.
Okay. I take out a calligraphy set so he has something to draw with. Here, you can start drawing things now.
Oh,
Miss Runii, you got any presents for this kid? Apparently, that's what we're doing now.
I have more questions than presents. Why hasn't your dad been around?
I don't know. And you see clearly, it's a little kid lying, no insight needed.
I mean, he's not in trouble, and you're not in trouble. We just need to know so that we can find him and he can pick you up.
Can I do a persuasion check with the second pack of rations and bottle of water?
No, but you can do a persuasion check. He is not starving or anything.
Oh. Wow, magic child generates own food.
I mean, look,
have
that
one.
is interesting to Jade. If this kid hasn't seen his dad in a couple days, he should be more desperate for food and water than this.
I kneel down, so I'm at the kid's height. Is this a child human?
Yeah, it's a little human kid.
Okay, all right. So I'm like a devil thing. And I kneel down and I'm like, well, it's what I look like. Wing is surprised. No, I looked this way the whole time. And I say, do you have somewhere to sleep tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was gonna go back home, but, my dad was supposed to pick me up because, I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
Inside check. Is he really a good boy?
Please roll for good boy, and just a good boy check real quick.
That is a 4 on the good boy check.
You get the distinct feeling that this kid is indeed a good boy. Or believes himself to be a good boy in this moment.
I start patting his head. He is good boy.
Would you like us to go find your parents? We have a tracker here. They are very good at finding parents.
And at that moment, you see both Wing and Nugget licking the contents of some of the paint packets.
Could you... could you make me a persuasion check?
Yeah. 28?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. He goes, no, okay. I can't go with you because the
No,
man
I did not
said,
ask that. I would not take you, child. No, I am not taking this child. No. I offered first to find your father for you, or parent.
Oh, well, I mean, you shouldn't have to because I did what the nice man said, and I'm a good boy now. So, like, I was a bad boy before, and my dad had to go away, and now I'm a good boy because I messed with the paint. I put the dust in the paint, and now my dad's gonna come back.
Oh, no.
If only our viewers could have seen the reactions all three of us had at this moment. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Just jaws agape, just like, oh no, what are we dealing with today?
See, I did not anticipate anyone to start in Pastel Town. So...
Yes, you underestimated us, good sir.
Okay, so DM, the last game I played, Runii got a sample of the powder that had been circulating around town. I don't know if I should roll like an Arcana check or something, but is there anything that I could have learned from that to kind of, gauge the consequences of it being in the paint that is now covering many parts of Nicomoy?
Yeah, I will put
Currently
it
eating
this
the
way.
paint.
Yeah, you look at the street and the people on the street, these happy festival goers, and the fact that most of them are head to toe covered in powdered paint. That was a 28, right?
Yeah.
So the kid just, as the kids are wont to do, goes, my dad sells paint.
So, without we taking you with us, you don't want us to find your dad? I'm very good at finding humans.
No, the nice man in the top hat told me that if I went down to my dad's factory and put all this dust in the paint that was going to go out, then, my dad would come back. Because, he's been missing for a while, and the nice man keeps showing up with food and water. But, I really should wait here for my dad. So I trust the nice man.
Okay, so I'm not the smartest knife in the crayon box, but I am kind of wary for men in top hats, giving children orders. No personal experience whatsoever, but just innate suspicion. I would like to ask the kid, can you tell me something more about these men in top hat?
Give me a persuasion or investigation to see how much this little kid can remember and would be valuable.
Yes, I am very good at those. All right. Persuasion. Well, if I roll a natural 20, that helps.
Oofo boofo. Well, he's really tall, and he normally, flies up to my window. He has really big eyes, and he kind of holds his hands like a bug. He's real twitchy. But he's dressed really nice and always has food, so...
Yes, indeed. Opens my bag of holding, takes out large bazooka. Yes, keep going.
If I can ask a question, when was the last time you saw the man in the top hat?
Well, last night he gave me the dust, and then I went down to the factory and then put it in the paint to be delivered to the stations around town.
You didn't touch the dust, did you? It didn't get on you or anything?
I mean, I did drop the bag a few times.
Also just waves around at literally all the kids covered in paint.
Just the hundreds and hundreds of children covered in paint.
Okay.
And Jade, you also think back to the bucket of blue paint that you just threw on your friends.
This is why I follow laws. Chaos is bad. Chaos is evil.
My paint is the only safe paint.
Also Wing in the background offering samples of paint to eat for the children as well. It's like, oh, it's pretty tasty. It's, natural ingredient paint. I am a bird. I eat anything. It's fine.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, people aren't birds.
What?
I mean, birds
Shocked.
are people. It's interesting. But that being said, is there anything, I mean, do you have any further questions for this kid, or?
Well, I would be very interested to either, know where this kid lives, to see if person in top hat shows up tonight at his window again. Also, don't show up at the windows of children when you're an adult. It's weird. Or otherwise, the factory where he put all the glittery stuff in the paint. That would also be good information to have.
Yes, Wing. I agree, and I'd like to know both of those locations, specifically the factory. I don't think Bug's coming back, but maybe we can find some clues about what happened to Daddy. Yep.
Daddy.
Yep.
Cool. So, the kid manages to remember his address, but, gives you vague enough directions to the factory, where he's like, it's down this street, but being adventurers and locals, it's good enough.
Well, there goes our night of playing with paint. Back on the job. The adventure never stops for fire-breathing kittens.
Would you like to go to the house to see if there are any clues left by the tall flying insect man in the top hat outside the window? Or would you like to go to the factory to see if we can ascertain what happened to the father?
I think maybe the factory's gonna be more informative. I can't imagine there's too much else at the house. I guess I'm also just kind of wondering what we do from here. There's a lot to unpack.
Well, it's quite simple. We have seen before that this dust can turn people into strange bug people. So to spare the children from that fate... Kakswichuka.
Wait, you're not gonna kill them, are you?
We don't want them to be bug people, do we? Prevention is better than curing.
No, don't kill them. They'll become mindless undead. I had this problem in Petrification in Red.
Oh, that also sucks. Yes. What else can we do for them?
Not that. Not the bazooka.
Not
Okay,
the bazooka.
listen. When you have a bazooka, everything becomes a target, okay? I can't help it.
Maybe let's think about it more as we go to the factory. Maybe there'll be something that shows up there. I really hope there's something that shows up there.
Okay.
All right, I'm in agreement. I would like to join and go. Wing?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, DM, we head to the factory. Shaking our heads.
I want listeners to know, just like, player's mind is reeling right now because I'm trying so hard to be like, literally everyone's infected. This is like ground zero. What do we do?
Oh, don't worry. The water has already also been affected, and like food sources. This
No,
is like
stop.
only the last piece of the infection rate.
Please stop.
It's true. Yeah.
So,
An invasion by extraplanar fairies.
Very
Hey, man.
air quotes.
They have a plan, and they stick to it. This is not the first world they've invaded.
Cool.
All you need is-
cool.
Just one paint festival, and they're like, we got them. So, You guys make your way down the streets of Nicomoy to the factory. You see all of these happy festival goers, playfully throwing paint at each other, eating, big snow cones and grilled corn. You see more of these flyers all over the streets. And eventually you make it to the factory.
Can I, while we're on the way, can I look at these magical flyers that don't seem to be getting painted? Oh, and also, of course, whenever I see people throwing the paint, I'll blow them up with my bazooka, being like, "No, stop throwing the paint, it's bad." But flyers, yes.
Cool. So you get a bunch of drunk people going like, "Whoa, man! All right, when you bring out the bazooka, I won't hit you with paint." Eventually, you grab a flyer. They seem to be made to be torn off of the wall, and you see in big script it says, "Enjoy the festival. Enjoy life. Enjoy each other." And then below that, there are 4 statements with seemingly empty checkmark boxes next to them. First one says, "Drink deep from life's cup." The second says, "Dance so everyone's watching." The third says, "Help community to grow and prune wallflowers." And the last says, "Nourish yourself on the bounty that this realm has to offer."
So, here's the thing. I cannot read, but I know what checkboxes are. So I dip my finger in some paint and like, oh, look, these are boxes to fill. Fill, all 4 boxes.
As stated previously, paint does not stick to these. So
Oh, no, it's a
slides
found
off.
You have found a dry erase board. Here, let me show you. And I shake it. It is now dry and erased.
There were scribbles on this. Now it's erased.
Would you like for me to read it for you?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, I sit down on ground with Nugget next to me. Story time.
Enjoy the festival. Enjoy life. Enjoy each other. Well, no, Wing, you're too young for the last one. Statements. Drink from life's cup. Dance so everyone's watching. Help community to grow and prune wallflowers. And nourish yourself on the bounties this realm has to offer. Is this your checklist, Wing?
I imagine after the third point, Nugget has placed his paws around Nugget's ears, and Nugget's going like, nuts.
What are you supposed to check these off with if not with paint?
Oh no. Okay, so here's a not normal thing. All right. I've got a sword. I've got paladin lay on hands. I cut myself and I check it with blood. Again, my ideas are bad ideas. I am a devilkin.
I hold up a piece of chalk that I had in my bag. I have this as well, but okay, never mind.
Oh, that's extreme. Okay.
Does blood check the boxes?
No, blood does not check the boxes. You can try various forms of medium, but nothing seems to stick to this piece of paper.
Alrighty. Lay on hands, I heal my wound.
Yeah, I'll say you've done this type of stuff enough to where you can do a non-damaging but bloody cut to yourself.
It's okay.
Oh.
I've got 5
Just,
times my paladin level of hit points to use.
Can I just poke holes with my talons in the boxes? Poke.
I mean, yes, you can. There are now holes where the check mark should be. Or would be.
I did it.
Oh, I know. And I'm gonna get some paint and hold a flyer and throw paint at Runii and Wing again, enjoying the festival and fulfilling the checkmark.
Ooh.
Wait. Don't throw the blue
give
paint.
me
Throw
an-
my red
give me an-
paint.
Give me an insight check.
12.
Alrighty. So, you know, when you're doing this, you're on the right track. You see, as you throw this paint, it hits your friend, some people look, and, there's a slight glow to, where the box would be. But no, thing happens. A few people look, then they look away, and then the box dance so everyone's watching. And as they look away and stop paying attention to you, the box goes away. or the glow goes away.
Oh, I throw paint at them and then start doing the robot because I'm old. So now that I have their attention, I will dance so everyone is watching and cringing.
Don't
give
worry,
me a
Miss Runii.
performance
She does
check.
this sometimes.
Okay.
This is normal behavior. Nothing.
This is
nothing
normal
weird.
behavior. Not weird. Okay. If you say
Non-natural
so.
20.
Awesome. Okay. So with a dirty 20, you basically incite another round of people throwing paint on each other. And as, like, fingers start getting pointed of like, hey, what'd you throw paint at me for? Well, that person threw it at me. It all comes back to you just doing the robot in the middle of the, like, group of people throwing paint at each other. And they're like, this lady. And, you see the paper kind of stitches itself back together and a little X goes through dance so everyone's watching. And, like, as, you know, basically they look at you, they're having fun, they're like, oh, we're gonna get you, and, you know, like, this sort of, like I said, another round of people just having a raucous good time erupts.
Oh, hey, you guys, you know, if we do the thing on the flyer, it does an X. I wonder if drinking from Life's Cup is, and then I drink paint.
Jade, no, wait.
It's fine. I already drank it. It's good. It has natural
No.
ingredients.
There's a better solution here.
It's biodegradable paint. Good for the environment.
It's definitely not drink from Life's Cup to drink the paint, but I just had
No.
to. I had to.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I have some
you just
ale right here.
He's dying.
Does that work?
No, you just drink a bunch of paint. It's pretty funny, but no. Give me an insight check or an investigation.
I will do you one better. I would like to do I have a magic item here that might do some interesting things here. And also this is me tickling the DM because I think I have a little insight about what's with the paper. DM, I have a object called the Mirror of the Past. It is a object that lets me. Alright, I'll read it out for you. The holder of this platinum hand mirror can learn something about the history of a specific object or creature by taking an action to gaze into the mirror and think of the target. Instead of the holder's reflection, the mirror presents scenes from the target's past. Information conveyed is accurate, but it is random and cryptic and presented in no particular order. Once it is activated, mirror gives the information for 1 minute or less, then returns to normal, can be used again until the next turn. So basically the mirror from, Belle and the Beast, I guess.
Okay, so give me a d20 roll for just relevancy. Just roll a d20, and like it said, no particular order. So let's see how relevant this is to what you want. I'll tickle you right back.
Oh, all right, here we go. Come on. Oh, that's a 6.
You see a lot of scenes from a factory, like where this material was produced. You see it then being like someone slapping it to a wall. It flashes backwards to like the wizard who is just working on an assembly line, looking very bored, enchanting paper so paint doesn't touch it. Then I guess the only thing of subtle interest would be you hear a voice that goes, "No, that color's terrible, darling." And that's it.
Okay. This doesn't tell the wing much, but this tells the player some things, I think. Anyway, I continue staring into my magic mirror, because now I see my own reflection, and if you ever saw like a cockatoo who saws a mirror, it's like, and my own reflection. That's me for the next couple of minutes.
So, Wing, having seen the history of this object, and looking at yourself in the mirror for a bit, what would you like to do? Is this visible? Is the magic item visible to everyone else, or is it just you see these images?
It says the mirror presents it, so I'm assuming anyone who looks at the mirror can see it. But I'm just keeping it for myself because it's my mirror.
Okay, so Wing is just doing weird Wing stuff, and you gain that information.
How dare you, sir? This is ordinary Wing stuff, not weird Wing stuff.
I apologize.
Okay,
So
what?
I'm guessing then
Oh, yes, please
sorry.
go.
So I'm guessing that we were able to hear that voice then? Like me and Jade?
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of weird that during the production of this paper, someone was talking about color and fashion. Was this paper produced at the same factory as the paint?
That is an excellent deduction. Oh, we are here at the factory. We can investigate.
And with that, give me some investigation checks.
I will probably not be too distracted to investigate. Can I, while we're walking towards it, gather up a lot of these magical flyers? I just want to have a lot of them.
Cool. So as you touch them and kind of return to your group, they all fill in that last check mark.
Oh.
Ooh.
Interesting. I put them in my bag of holding.
Cool. So you have a bunch of flyers.
Bunch of flyers.
So I got a 19 on my investigation check.
15.
Ooh. Wonderful. So, with a 15, Jade, you find a couple of places where this kid clearly fell because there's a child-size imprint of like them falling on a bag of dust on the ground. Like, that's kind of funny and cute. The factory is unlocked because a child left it unlocked. And inside you see like massive vats and means of paint production. You see that there's like an alchemical line where like alchemists and arcanists can, you know, enchant this paint for its various purposes, you know. With a 19, you, Runii, you know, kind of poke around a little bit deeper. No one's here. Like, it's totally empty. So you go up into sort of the overseer's office that is up a staircase overlooking the production. And you see that this, like, just an interesting piece of paper that was ensuring that this company is the only means of paint for Color Day. So you at least know that there are no other factories or people involved with this conspiracy.
Does there happen to be a name? Like, you know, was this like a request written by somebody that this be the only one, or was it a missive or something like that?
You see that the person seeming to go for them being the only one, because, you know, that's very profitable, is the missing father, as it were. Which I should probably name, let's go with Michael Cornswallow. Yeah, and without like further investigation, because, you know, 19's not quite a 20, you see that there doesn't seem to be any outside influence. This dude just could make a bunch of money if he was the sole distributor of the paint for Color Day.
So this Michael Cornswallow, I imagine he's like higher ranked in the factory, maybe like he is the overseer?
He owns this entire factory, and then he has people under him to actually run it. But, like, you know, he's a CEO, CFO, whatever. Like, he makes the decisions for the company while not running it himself.
Okay. So I'll go back over to Jade and Wing and share what I found. You know, if this Michael Cornswallow was the one who got the factory to be the sole distributor, there might be more information on the Top Hat Man. I can't imagine that the two aren't related. So if we can find his office, or even just the building he works in, we might be able to find more evidence or information of the Top Hat Man who got him to do this.
Does there happen to be a name on the contract? Or
I mean, it was signed by Nulasag, as the fire-breathing kittens are the ones in charge of Color Day. So this was an agreement between your guildmaster and him. He is the sole owner of the business. You do have his address, you know, where maybe he would have like a personal office or something. But it seems that there are no personal effects or like a place for him to set up shop here in this factory.
I think maybe this is not really the suspect, because the little kid says, you know, he just dumped the stuff in after the paint was made. This man just made the paint. The kid did all the dusty thingies.
I'm not treating him as a suspect. I'm treating him as a missing person.
Oh, I'm treating him as a suspect.
Does this smell like Imwing? And I hold out the paper to you because he definitely touched it at one point.
I will not be offended by you treating me like a dog, even though that is exactly how I will act around it. I will sniff the paper together with Nugget, and we will start tracing around the office with the paper stuff to see if we can find a scent of this human person.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage, as people have been throwing dusty paint all day.
That's fair. Ooh, it was a natural 20, but then it became a 9.
So you get a good scent where you're like, oh, it smells just like him. And then you sneeze so hard and you're like, I lost it.
I'm sorry.
Thinking back, so the last time Runii took on a job for the fire-breathing kittens, she ran into someone who had a secret room in their place of work. Remember, Jade? And so maybe there's like a secret door or compartment around here. So I would like to specifically look around for a trap door, or in the overseer's office, maybe, like a hidden button on a desk or something like that. Maybe there's something hidden around here.
Give me an investigation or a perception.
That was just an 11.
An 11 is not enough to find a secret compartment, but failing forward, the lack of secret compartment is like there are no personal effects aside from like a bobblehead that you guess would belong to the actual overseer. Like this guy is not leaving stuff at the factory he owns.
Question. Was the paper produced here?
No. There seems to be, just at a visual glance, no means of paper production, and it sticks out to you this paper is made to reject paint. So, probably not made here.
Would you all like to complete the objectives on... Hey, completing objectives is what I do. Do you want to complete the objectives on the flyer?
Okay. What could go wrong?
Yeah. If no other ideas, myself, personally... So perhaps we should nourish ourselves on the bounties this realm as do our fell. I don't know what that means. Or we could help this community grow and prune the wildflowers, or we could drink from life's cup. What ideas?
I mean, I can do the drinking part, and she'll reach into another one of her patches. She has to scoot her cloak all the way to the back, but there's one with a frothy mug on it. And she'll reach inside and pull out a mug of frothy ale. And she'll drink it in one go.
Great. How much does it take to get Runii drunk?
She's 5'4" and around 130-ish pounds, so probably not a lot.
Cool. So after downing this mug of ale, as you guys are still casually peeking around this factory, you start to feel a good buzz going. You're not drunk. And anybody who's looking at the paper sees it's sort of half glowing under drink deep from life's cup.
Oh, Miss Runii, keep going, you got it. I pull out one of the 10 bottles of top shelf brandy I have in my bag of holding, so we can keep going for a while. Here you go, another bottle.
Would anybody else like to party down on festival night?
Yeah, we have no other goal in life.
Okay, I pull out another bottle for Miss Jade and another bottle for myself.
Oh, thank you.
I am a small bird boy. I think one bottle will be enough for me.
Maybe drunkenness will open new doors. I don't know.
I pass my bottle to Runii and pull out a wine bottle from my pack. And I chug it.
Cool. So as everyone gets drunk, go ahead and bump your charisma scores by 1 point and lower your dexterity by 1 point. You see the mark drink deep from life's cup gets checked off. And for the listeners, enjoying any sort of beverage would have done fine.
Paint?
Okay, if we have a listener who finds paint a refreshing beverage, please leave a review. Before you die. But yeah, we are not. If you're not into alcohol, you can still enjoy a party. So yeah, you still have nourish yourselves on the bounty of the realm, and of course, help community grow and prune the wallflowers. Also, I'll say for the purposes of location, you are currently in the Noir, or I should call it La Noir.
Ooh.
So everything is grayscale and detective movie, like that. And the people are dressed accordingly. Because some people are like, I'm just going to stay home, so I'm going to dress in like the people who enjoy giving out candy on Halloween and still dress up in costume. That is what the locals of La Noire are doing.
I will sit down and take out my weaver's tools, and I will start weaving us 3 trilby heads. So, you gotta have some trilby heads when you're in a noir movie.
Okay, give me a d20 in order to speed knit 3 trilby heads.
May I remind you that if I copy them from one I have seen before, I can do those things at advantage? Would that help?
I will allow advantage.
There we go.
This is good. Now we're not as drunk.
You don't think I want speed knitted trilby hats for the rest of this adventure? I just have to be a professional.
It's a 12 after 20.
I'll accept it.
Here you go. Trilby hat for you, trilby hat for you, trilby hat for me. Oh no, I had to make one more for oh well, he has the captain's hat already.
Yeah, he seems... I guess he would say to Jade and Draconic, I would never remove my hat.
In Draconic, I answer, because remember, I have a weird accent in Draconic, and I say, the captain hat suits you very well.
Oh no, Nugget would be more like, I freaking hate this captain's hat, but it makes Wing happy, so yeah.
Oh, I now know Nugget's vibe.
He's like
cool.
his little brother, it makes him happy. Yeah.
I mean, I have not met a man or woman or anything alive that doesn't like wearing a captain's hat.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if it's a, dragon, skull shape and all that.
Yeah.
Have you met an emo who's happy about anything?
If you got them a black studded captain's hat, I bet you they would be into it.
Oh, with the fringe and the black studded captain's hat. So really, we just need to noir paint your hat, is what I say to Wing and to Nugget.
Nugget just gives you a look like, will you please stop playing dress up with me?
Oh. I miss my children who went off to college. When they were young, they were so cute, and now you're like, oh God, she's still talking.
Yeah, whenever you imagine what Nugget is thinking, just imagine he's like 15 or something.
Just the age of my son before he went off to college. Oh my.
Nugget takes a couple of steps away from Miss Jade and kind of hides behind Wing.
Just doing that anime, slow step, you remind me of my son.
I think she wants to adopt me. I'm not into that shit.
Cool. So, this aside, you still got the other 2 things if you want to accomplish that, or the entire town is infected with echo bloom dust. You have patrols to do, or what? Don't blame this on me.
It's just air
Blame
quotes.
the echo bloom.
It's just air quotes dust. We don't know. It might be anything.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's fine.
I mean, if anybody is questioning this is a 2, same story, double episode, double stack, double stuffed FBK-isode. So, feel free to listen to, I believe we went with, headphones off, real quick, fast. Winter and July. So listen to that episode if you would like to see how other people interpreted Color Night. Couldn't tell you the episode title.
What? I don't know. What just happened. I took my headphones off. Oh. Okay. I'll find out later.
Find out later, like any good listener does.
I would also like to. We can still go to the house address that the kid gave us. Where the weird floating top hat man appeared.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better idea, seeing as how this guy doesn't have, any personal effects in the factory he owns, maybe we'll find something in the house. Maybe that's where he does his business from. Remote work and all that.
Can I, as we walk there, do a perception check? I'm looking for young couples making out in because the festival was nice and fun, and like they're holding hands walking down the streets, like clearly falling in love after the festival. I want to look out for them. What? Hey, I gave the assignment. I'm just fulfilling the check marks.
Ew, what are they doing?
Okay, interesting.
Just walking with their hands together.
So give me a perception check for people walking with their hands together.
7.
Oof. No.
Wait, no, 8. 8.
Okay, that's better.
Pruning the wallflowers, making them come out of their shell with the alcohol so they can help the community to grow.
What do you mean by a wallflower? You're talking to the people who are already having a good time at the party. Wallflowers aren't the ones with their hands in people's sweaters.
Okay, changing plans. I'm looking for people who are walking by themselves.
Okay, give me another perception, please. And if you could break a 10 this time.
What about a 4?
No, that's not even a 5. I can't do anything. Like, if you rolled lower, I would literally have to punish you.
I think I deserve that. At this point, I have terrible ideas. So I explained to my friends what I'm trying to do. You know, I worry that poor wildflowers, they are just too shy to help the community to grow. Perhaps if we distributed some of this copious alcohols that we carry around with us, we can assist them.
To help this along, I'd like to make a perception check for people who are not covered in paint yet.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Make that at advantage, because that is most people are covered in paint. So it's a little bit easier to spot someone who is not covered in paint.
Okay, so just more than a 5, right, DM? That's all I need?
No, please break a 10. Out of respect for me.
Oh my god. My highest at advantage was a 6. I'm not kidding.
Okay, maybe we can make this work. At the moment you're looking around, even if you don't see people like that, you do see a Nugget doing a plan, which gives you guidance for 1d4 on your check.
Okay, yeah, roll a 4. Just roll a 4. It's not that hard. Come on.
Oh, just roll a 4. It's okay.
All right, so you do break a 5 at least. So that's less than common knowledge. Yeah, you see, okay, so you're headed to Tie-Dye Bay, and what you notice is that everybody is in the party mode here. You're like, dude, I can't find a single person who isn't, hooking up, getting drunk, eating a bunch of food, having a good old time. Everybody seems to be in cliques, or at least making what I like to call bar friends. People that you're like, we'll exchange phone numbers, but I'm never going to see you or talk to you again. And if you talk to me, that's weird. But for tonight, we will kill for each other.
Yeah.
Listeners, have you met the DM in a bar?
You might have. Watch out. I'm a little cutie.
Who never wants to see you again.
Okay, so, Wing, would you like to make any sort of check, as you're the one who has not made a check in this sort of travel cutscene mini game while the next zone is loading bit?
Oh, you want me to just quickly find, a wallflower for us? Oh, I can just quickly find a wallflower for us. No problem.
Just bang it out, dude.
Yeah, it is. So just like an advantage perception roll to find someone that's covered in paint?
Psh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I could, I'll just do a little, let's see what we get. Oh, wow, I talk a big game, but it's like a 13, so it's above a 10. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so you don't, you see a few people not covered in paint, but they seem to be in clusters that say to you, people changed and came out later in the evening. Not like they're not participating in the event. They just haven't gotten paint smashed yet.
Okay, do I see any like normal houses where people would normally live with like the lights on and people are just inside instead of outside?
Yeah, I'll say that they are scattered, but there's at least some adornments, like putting up flags and things like that. Everybody is participating. As, it was Sweeps Week a couple weeks ago, and so the town is super clean, so they're like, all right, we gotta mess it up, like...
Sweepstakes having before paint color day. Oh, that's awful.
yeah. No, next year the fire-breathing kittens might be like, oh, you know what, why don't we swap those? But this year they just cleaned up the town so the paint could get nice and deep in there.
Oh no, I just want to find a house with someone inside it so we can drag him out.
Oh, weird vibe, but I'll allow it. Yeah, so you just want, like, you find a house that the lights are off, the door's closed.
Well, let's find out if there's someone inside. I take out my bazooka and I blow up the door.
I, as a DM, have the ability to create a crowd of drunk people that would prevent that action. But out of respect for the player, I will roll. I rolled a 6, so... The people are like, whoa, bazooka! And then you explode a door?
Yay!
Okay, so, just trying to hold on a little bit here. I'll allow a surprise round. So the door is exploded.
Duck!
Yeah, could we get initiatives from the rest of the party in order to react before a mob has an opinion?
Oh no. Okay,
wow, they really take their property values and security seriously in this community. 6.
Keep in mind that this is portside property facing the Bay of Nicomoy.
Oh
So
no.
these are not generally cheap houses. You are going to a man who owns a paint factory who just secured a town-wide deal because he lives out here.
Oh,
So,
yeah. They might have security there. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you've been to any sort of coast, but generally people who live on a coast where people walk in front of it do not like bazookas to the door, and usually have the means and ways to keep people from bazookaing their doors. Well, not in this case. The door's been bazookaed.
So I know that it's a little bit late, but I'm wondering if I can do a protective reaction. Maybe see if I can not have Wayne do that.
Explain to me how you do that, and I will definitely allow it.
Okay, so I have a spell. The casting time is 1 action, but it's called Otoluke's Resilient Sphere. A sphere of shimmering force encloses a creature or object of large size or smaller. An unwilling creature must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is enclosed for the duration. Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects, can pass through the barrier in or out, though a creature in the sphere can breathe there.
Okay, so I heard creature a lot. Door is not a creature. Oh, or are you trying to trap Wing in the...
I'm trying to trap Wing, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then go ahead. What's your DC? Do we need a DC?
Yeah, it's a 16, it's a dex save, and I know that Wing is drunk, so I don't know if that would affect his dex.
It depends on if he has an even number or not for his dexterity score.
It did lower my dex a little bit, but I still have a +7 to dex saving throws. I would have really liked this to happen because it sounded funny in my head, but I rolled a natural 20 for my save, so the dice say no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, okay, so we'll put it this way. It is milliseconds of difference between the arcanic bubble and when the rocket leaves the bazooka. Or grenade. Don't come at me, military nerds. I don't know what bazookas shoot, and I won't learn.
Today. Not today.
So, but the package has left the destination. And there is... what did you roll for initiative, first and foremost?
I rolled 15.
And Wing?
I have 11.
And, of course, Jade.
I think it was 6. I kind of forget.
So, we're cool. The mob rolled a... Okay. 14. Yo! We're going to treat this as a command spell for doing a party foul. We're going to use the number of people in this mob yelling at you as the DC, so please pick a DC 14. Otherwise, they're going to be like, whoa, chill out, i.e. put away the bazooka.
Okay. A wisdom save, I'm assuming, if it's command.
Yes.
Oh no, why do the dice keep... Okay, I rolled a 14 with a +2 makes 16, so the dice say no.
You can choose to not put the bazooka down.
I mean, the door has now been opened, so I just run inside and I go to find someone to pull outside and make party. Because that's what
Okay.
Miss Jade said we needed to do. You know, get wallflower.
I'm going to roll a dice. Okay, so 19 is what I rolled, which is good for you. You see that a, dude in sort of like a robe, he's got a scruffy beard and sort of like a pulled back, like, man bun, is, like, coming down the stairs, like, whoa, dude, you blew up my door.
It's party time, let's go outside. When I grab him by the hand and try to pull him outside, which I'm not very good at.
Make a very, very important persuasion check.
My persuasion is +2, so not that bad. Okay.
Is this Michael Cornswallow's house?
No. I mean, I thought about rolling for that just to see how lucky you get, but I feel like I'm being pretty loose already. So you rolled a cool dude who's not immediately going to call the police.
It's a 14 persuasion, so not too bad.
Okay. I rolled opposed and got a 7 on my dice. So he's like, dude, I partied all day. Like, I'm just trying to chill. I just got out of the shower. Like, I'm gonna go to bed.
I pull out 2 bottles of top shelf brandy. Huh?
Well, damn, man, I guess. And he, like, ties his robe and comes out. If you're looking at the paper, you do see this is not a full glow, because this person had expressed they already partied. They were just in bed. That is not being a wallflower. Can we get insight or histories for potential explanations of what this could mean?
11.
A natural one.
5.
Why? This stupid thing must be broken. Why isn't it checking off? We're doing all of the right things. We're drinking paint. We're doing property damage.
Okay, we will come back to that one. Maybe we can nourish ourselves on the bounties this round has to offer. Want to go eat?
Okay.
I feel like that's probably the easiest thing to do at this point.
Yes. A sleepy person, what is the best buffet around here?
But we're in Tie-Dye Bay. Just eat everything at the stalls. And you see these stalls have grilled rainbow corn where each little kernel is a different color. Done either a elote style with like mayonnaise and chili powder, or grilled like Japanese with like a soy-based sauce. They're creaming it. There's as well just a massive variety of seafood that, just a casual glance, all seems to be imported from Gardyloo. But like fresh, different colors of fish being served over, like just the perfect density rice. There's, of course, funnel cakes and all sorts of fried food with colorful, different, sweet cream sauces sprayed all over them. You also see that people here are drinking, drinks of varying viscosities. So there's like interesting plays of color and, tie-dye drinks all in clear containers. So everyone can see exactly how much color they're putting into themselves. But you see just a bunch of carnival food.
So are we like at the bay? Is like the water's edge there?
Yeah, like a boardwalk bay type area.
Ooh, beach. Wing is gone. He's going to the beach.
Cool.
I feel like being with Wing is kind of like being in a dream. You don't really know what's going on until it's too late. And there's a sort of freedom in that. I'm going to get some deep fried fish. Do you want any, Jade?
I'll go watch Wing. He's fine. I'll go make sure he does not turn into the ocean. You eat. That was the plan. Go eat. I run after Wing, freeing Runii
Okay.
to consume all of the food.
So, Runii, would you like to try all of the food at the stalls?
I would. and I'll be like putting off some like sparks of prestidigitation of just like different colors as I eat it. So it's like when I eat something, it's like, poof, yeah, I did it. And then just keep doing that.
Give me a performance check, and go ahead and increase your constitution score by 1 and lower your strength by 1 because you're sluggish.
I gotta get a different die. That's a 3 on performance.
Cool. So you're just like lightly embarrassed because nobody's really paying attention, and like you keep doing the bit with the sparkles and no one is looking.
So sad.
Wing, what are you up to at the beach? Oh, and also, of course, the check mark gets clicked off once you eat all the food, you get nice and full, you're a little bit drunk, you like danced with people in the street. Wing, what are you up to?
Okay, so I have this nice new spell called Mold Earth, and I'm gonna use it to make drawings in the sand of all my guildmates, and make a drawing of Miss Jade, and a drawing of Miss Runii, but also of Mr. Sinclair, and also of Mr. Willie, just all the good friends from the guild. And while I'm drawing in the sand with my investigation, Nugget will also join in. He pulled out a big branch from somewhere, and he's drawing in the sand, running around me. Just a big dragon running around with a large branch, drawing in the sand.
Ah, I've got a javelin and I'm also sculpting the sand with it, like a paintbrush, but for sand.
Guys, that's so cute. Go ahead and just roll me a luck check.
Yay.
12?
5.
No.
just
The dice
no.
are not on our side tonight.
Yeah, your rolls are a little rough, but you guys, it's super cute. It's nice. What do you draw, Jade?
Fire?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cute. Do you incorporate it with Wings drawing?
It's probably not a good thing to have like flames licking at the bottom of your sandcastle, but yeah.
Cool. So it looks a little bit like all of the members of the Fire Breathing Guild, like their current class is in hell. But you guys have fun drawing together. Runii comes up. You've eaten so much you have to unbutton like one notch of your pants just for pure comfort. Like you are stuffed to the gills, but waving, a third checked flyer in your hand.
I just kind of turn to Miss Runii. Miss Runii, I'm kind of worried about Miss Jade. I think she wants to put her guildmates on fire, or she has some issues. I don't know. I see some disturbing things in the drawings. I'm no psychiatrist, but drawings say a lot about people.
Wing, I think it's probably just artistic expression. I'd honestly be more worried about you, not gonna lie. But you know what? It's okay. Huh? I'm not a psychiatrist either.
Worried about me? Why?
Oh, just, you broke down someone's door with a bazooka. That's just, I don't know, I think you should talk to someone. That's all I'm saying.
I do talk to someone. I talk to Nugget all the time.
Oh. And Runii just, gives Nugget, the widest-eyed, I'm so sorry look.
Nugget says, in Draconic, I am not a medical professional.
This is not medical advice.
Yeah, it's too bad Runii doesn't speak Draconic.
I respond to most situations with cuddling, which, is helpful, but that bazooka was wild.
Well, it's okay. I've eaten all my misgiving feelings away, and I have a nice little pouch now. So, I think it's probably a good idea to burn this beautiful piece of art in our minds, not actually burn it, Jade. And then let's just go head over to the house. I completely forgot. There's so much going on in my mind. I completely forgot that I have something that might help us locate our Mr. Michael Cornswallow. Or if anyone's hiding that's evil and working with him, I might be able to locate that too. Totally forgot about it until now. I wonder why.
What is it?
Well, it's something I just picked up. It's called a wand of enemy detection. And you'd be surprised by just how much it can pick up. It can be hidden, it can be invisible, it can be disguised, it can even be on the ethereal plane, and it'll know that it's around us.
Maybe we can use it to detect someone who has not been covered in paint.
We could also do that.
Okay, so as you guys go to the house, if I could get a just one more round of perception checks as you're looking around for stuff. No advantage, just a general perception.
5.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing to me?
Oh, DM, I got 13. Are you proud?
I mean, like, if we're doing a bell curve of proudness.
I mean, I'll take it.
That's very good.
Doing a bell curve of pride.
Ooh, I got Jade. I got her at.
Don't worry, I got you. You can always count on the dynamic duo. I got a natural 20 for 26.
Okay, well then I guess you just see the, it appears to be a humanoid praying mantis in Eastern Orthodox priest robes running with a satchel down a street.
Okay, that's a lot.
In what way?
I mean, okay, yes, that's a fair point. We've seen a lot. Does he wear a top hat as well?
No, and I will say, I know Jade has seen an Echo Blim in Pop Fiction, I believe it was. This is not an Echo Blim. This is some other species.
I will still chase him down and try to tackle him, because he's definitely running away from us. Stop in the name of the fire-breathing kittens. Stop resisting.
He stops as soon as he hears fire-breathing kittens, turns on his heel, and goes, "Do you know Stella Argentine?"
I full body run into him.
He goes flying because he's a bug person.
I'm a
He's
light
very
bird
light.
person. Me too.
He's a praying mantis.
I am a non-practicing bird.
Yes, we have been to our house, and we are close friends.
She got me this cloak of feathers.
This needs to go to her brother. It's of the utmost importance. They're on to me. I can't hold this anymore. And he shoves this small, like maybe basketball or softball sized bundle into your hands and then attempts to run away.
Before you run away, would you be interested in becoming adorned in paint?
What? And then just keeps running.
Runi's gonna try and throw that paint anyway.
I mean, he
She'll
clearly has
use
more
her
information. We can't just let him go. I hop on
get
Nugget's
this-
back and we chase him down again.
Okay, just give me an athletics for Nugget.
Okay.
Hey, as you're running away, do you mind if I just cover you in paint?
I mean, there's no way to stop you from covering him in paint. So, like, if
I
you're
think I'm a good 50 feet away because I'm not as perceptive as Wing and didn't run right away. So I'm going to try to catch up.
well, give me an athletics check for both running after and whipping a packet of paint at him.
I had a 19 for Wings Athletics. Nuggets.
Ooh.
Oh,
That'll make mine much easier when they're not moving anymore.
Go ahead. Nugget manages to get up alongside, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be tackled," and then stops running and goes, "Please, I'm in danger, and you're in danger if you talk to me." And then Jade comes up and just wallops him with a packet of paint.
Runii desperately looks at the last checkmark box.
We are professionals, sir. Don't you worry.
We have priorities.
The dimmest glow.
We need more paint.
I mean, look at us. We like to live dangerously, so we're not afraid of any danger. Who is coming after you? Why are you afraid?
The Safioses.
Don Ravioli?
Yeah, Don Ravioli.
Okay, maybe this is one for Miss Jade, because she knows criminals. I don't really know criminals, as far as I know.
Yeah, hit me with a history check, and I think that Runii had a question.
Who's Don Ravioli? I'm not I only just recently got to Nicomoy.
So it's it's very important. Go ahead and make a history check first of all. But Wing said Don Ravioli, and the person said back, yes, Don Ravioli.
Got you.
I mean, he has a house somewhere. I just don't know where.
I've got Watcher's Eye and a long history with the Nicom. Like, it would be impossible for me to have worked here for 27 years without knowing the name of the mafia, right?
You definitely know we're going to see the depths of your information, and I was going to scale your info.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm a
Come on.
+0 on history, so that's a 7.
Oh, come on.
But I've worked here for 27 years before retiring.
Well, yeah, no. So you know, like, the general knowledge at least. Don Safiosi is the head of the biggest, most organized crime family in Nicomoy. No, he's not. I misread that. He's just a cool dude who's pretty good at stuff. Maybe Jade knows more than I. Feel free to tell me what Jade knows.
Oh, is that what he has been saying? Sonal must be very disappointed in him. Perhaps he is doing this to hide Earl from... Well, it did not work because I know about Sonal makeup. But yeah, no, yeah, local head's fine. I guess they're based in Kifasti, so him being the Nicomoy head makes sense, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my next line was literally with connections to, like, the old world family. So, yeah, while he is not, you know, the absolute kingpin within Nicomoy and within the gangster community, he is a person to be held in high esteem. This Don Ravioli, or Ravioli, is unfamiliar to you, but you know this must be recent. Like, you would know their name if it wasn't, like, how many years or months ago did you actually retire?
2 years.
Yeah, so this has to be somebody who's come up in the last 2 years. And I guess the fact that this person came up that fast and is connected to one of the old families is, like, if you were still on guard duty, that would be like, we need to keep an eye on this one. Like, you want to put a tab on that.
Mm-hmm. I
So it's
share
like-
all of my information with my friends.
Yeah, it's not so much that you have information, but you're gaining information for the fact that there's no info there. So you're like, okay, I know that these things can't be true. But, yeah, the info is shared.
Well, why don't you just come back to the Firebreathing Kittens Guildhall? We can easily protect you there. There's a lot of, like, extremely high-level adventurers there. Pretty much demigods.
So as you guys are discussing, 2 guys come up with arbalests, you know, like rudimentary firearms, and they kind of like holding them with their coat jacket out, so like only you guys can see but the general public, and they're like, all right, give us the frog and nobody gets hurt.
I look around for a frog, being confused.
Who is holding the package that was thrust upon your hands? It's either Wing or Jade.
It's gotta be Wing. They were first on the scene.
All right, Wing, you feel like, you're like, as soon as you hear frog, you feel this lump of, like, in a blanket in your hand. You're like, I'm holding a frog.
I would like to put the potential frog in my bag of holding that does not have air after 10 minutes.
Give me a sleight of hand to do it stealthily.
Oh, I will definitely give you a sleight of hand. Oh, wow. Even with my... Okay, that's a 14.
Thug's only got a 12. So you definitely slip this bundle of frog into your bag of holding. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. That's like a bad.
It's fine.
I know you know as a player, what happens when you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding?
Oh.
Oh, I thought it
Like-
was just like wrapped up in a towel or something.
It's...
But just cards on the table, you just put a frog of holding in a bag of holding.
So when you put 2 things that create extra dimensional spaces inside of each other, they both explode and rupture open a hole to the astral plane, which at least I will get sucked into, and probably anyone nearby as well.
How did
I'm
this
going
happen?
to say it is lessen of effect because this is a biological creature and thus has a little more mastery. So I'm going to treat it like everything gets spilled out and there's a bit of concussive force because, frankly, I don't want to deal with that.
Do it, you pussy.
Whoa! All right, say I won't. Say I won't.
Oh my god.
This has turned into an alpha podcast. No.
Yeah, go for it.
For the sake of semi-linear storytelling, yes, we're going to do dexterity saving throws from everybody in the scene, which I believe is the mantis, our 2 players, and the 2 thugs.
Okay.
Man, I'm glad that I got the improved saving throw stuff. It's like doubled all my saving throws.
Ooh. Alright, so Wing got a 17. I will also roll for Nugget, because he's also there. Ooh. Nugget got a 19. Pretty good.
That's great. 23 for Jade.
Gnarly, dude. So, everybody except the adventurers are knocked back. And you see that there is this small vacuum of space that is sucking things like a miniature black hole into it. And you see these thugs and the mantis getting pulled into it. Say I won't.
So I'm guessing since Runii didn't have to roll, she was like far enough away from it. Because like she wasn't actually like chasing after them. She was pretty far back.
You never interacted in that scene. So I'm not going to also put you in the trap.
Would this black hole into the astral plane count as energy for spell? I'm basically asking if like that sphere I used that first time on Wing, if I could put it on the mantis person and that would stop them from being dragged in, because
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
That's pretty smart.
That's a 22 on Arcana.
Nice.
Okay. So not only do you gain the info that yes, that would work, but you also gain the insight that you could put it around the black hole and contain the black hole so nothing gets sucked into it. I already allowed you to attempt to use it on a door, so this is, if it's not a creature, it doesn't matter if it's a black hole or a door to me.
Got you.
And with a 22, you broke a 20. What, I'm going to ask for a 25? No, you're fine.
Do it.
Rule of cool, that's rad. So you can choose whether to cast it on the mantis or the sphere. You know if you cast on the mantis, those other 2 thugs might get sucked into it.
That's my immediate thought. Put it on the mantis first, and then get the guys hopefully sucked in, and then contain it a third time, which I believe I can do. Yeah, I have 3 4th level slots, and the sphere is a 4th level spell, so I can.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, hold on. So first casting, you get the mantis.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll to see if this thing snaps out of existence or not before that. Just so you want this thing to do that, so you save a spell slot.
Also, I would. Wing, and Nugget would definitely both die from one of the peoples, because we don't want them to be sucked in, because we don't know if they're bad people yet. They're nice guys.
Cool. So yeah, the mantis is protected. You see the thugs, they're scraping away, and then this thing rolled a nat 1 on its stability check. So just bloop, clicks out of existence, and they're sitting there stunned. The mantis immediately skitters to its feet and is attempting to run from the scene.
But he's in the sphere
and
of
the party
force.
can act.
Is he running around in the sphere just like a hamster ball?
Oh gosh, that's right. He's in a sphere of force. So yeah, he is like literally you caught a bug. And it's like trying to get out of its container, but just like rolling around like an immovable hamster ball.
This person seems like they're okay, so I'm going to let go of the sphere and then also cast haste on them so they can get away as fast as possible.
Cool. Would anybody else like to take an action?
Oh no, Mr. with rudimentary gun, which is much smaller than my bazooka. Haha. Are you okay? Are you both okay?
Oh, they don't pay me enough for this fagul. Which I hope is a made-up word. You see the mantis skitters away with haste, pulls an item from his pocket, smashes whatever he is holding, and then bloop, a small portal opens up. He jumps into it and it snaps closed behind him. Feel free to make Arcana checks if anybody wants to know what happened there.
I would like to.
Go ahead.
I know nothing about magic.
That's only an 11.
Some sort of magical item was used to make that mantis person go not here. You don't know how far or where, but you're like, they were there, and then a portal appeared, and now they're not here, so it's got to be teleportation magic.
Incredible.
So, just to help set the scene, since my bag of holding and the thing exploded and everything spilled out, it's me and Nugget on top of the two people, and we are covered in a wand of web, a battle, a bell, a bunch of magical flyers, a burnt-up torch, calligraphy supplies, cartography supplies, some chalk, some clothes, some crossbow bolts, a night crossbow, a dead pig and a dead wolf, a forgery kit, some ink pens, a letter, painting supplies, rations, some rope, a shield, smith tools, studded letters, some thief tools, some top shelf brandy, a violin, some weaver's tools, and a woodcarver's tools.
But Wing, that pig's not dead.
Oh no, I shot him with my bazooka inside my bag. I made sure it didn't move anymore. Yeah. No, I was, yeah.
Okay, so
I had the
everyone
problem.
is covered in a bunch of stuff. Can I get perception checks again from everyone?
Okay.
Just what is this turned into?
Listen, I'm not a hoarder. I just have a fondness for objects, okay?
If you give a bird a present, it'll be your friend.
Yes. I'm like a crow.
I mean, he doesn't have to keep them, though.
So what'd you guys roll? 12. I heard a 12.
16.
7.
All right, with the 16, and as you were closest, Wing, you see that this frog only vomits up one object. It appears to be an Easter egg.
Oh, but I thought my bag of holding also exploded.
Yes, but also the frog exploded as well and vomited up whatever it was holding. So, like, you see all of your stuff fly out, and you're like, okay, this is all of my junk. And then you're like, I don't know that egg.
Treasures, first off. Also egg. Ooh! How big is this egg?
Smaller than an ostrich, larger than a chicken. So, like a softball-sized egg.
Oh my gosh, look, Nugget. Another egg pen.
Or maybe like a beer can might be more appropriate. Or like, you know.
Nugget, look, another egg pile. And I scoop up the egg, and me and Nugget are both like, glistening eyes looking at it.
Can I get nature checks from both of you?
Both me and Nugget?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. We are very knowledgeable of nature. A 5 and a 2.
So who got the 5?
The wing.
So Wing, you're 100% sure, even though it doesn't look like Nugget's egg, this is another gold. This is a little dragon egg. This is another dragon egg, and you need to protect it. And like these people want it, and we will deal with this after our break.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
So this time we were joined by Runii,
What happened?
Jade,
There was paint.
Listeners, you were just covered in paint. No matter where you are, close your eyes for a second. Imagine you just got covered in paint. And of course, darling Wing and Nugget.
Hello, we were having a lot of fun today. And if you also had fun listening to us, then we really like it when you leave reviews for us. And one very nice person left a review for us, and it's even 5 stars, which means I am more than happy to read it on air for all of you. This review comes from Visconti Poetry, and he says, "Perfect for me. I work 12-hour shifts, and this podcast gets me through the night with a wide variety of adventures and likable characters to look forward to." Which is very nice words. Thank you very much, Mr. Visconti Poetry. We like that.
Or miss. Or them.
Or whoever you are. Maybe you're a mantis person or a frog that creates portals.
No matter what you are, please leave us a review. We love you much more than you love us. Bye.
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 We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast.
please leave us a review on iTunes.com. If you leave us a review, we'll read it on air. It's fun listening to the words of your review get read by the characters you know and love, so go to iTunes.com and leave us a review today. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. Is their birthday coming up? A special anniversary? Would you like us to wish them a happy day on your behalf? You can arrange for us to read your shout-out on air at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com through our partnership with the website Buy Me a Coffee. Do you enjoy reading books? You can find paperbacks and ebooks based on our adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, that part's all one word, podcast. The authors do a great job of adapting the stories into fun novels. We also have official merchandise on redbubble.com. Imagine owning a notepad with the Fire Breathing Kitten logo on the front, or a t-shirt with one of your favorite characters. And lastly, I'd like to take a moment to sincerely thank all of you. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Fire Breathing Kittens. I hope you had a fun little break. I know we did. And just in case you forgot what happened, we're going to go ahead and have one of our players tell you what happened. So, wasn't everybody go ahead and roll a d20, and then whoever it's closest to the number I rolled will go ahead and recap everyone.
I have a 7.
I have a 16.
17.
Wing, why don't you go ahead and recap us?
Nugget had a 3. Which of us is closer?
I rolled a 3, so Nugget has to recap us.
Give me that sultry voice.
All right, listeners, day and night, here we are. So, in part 1 of this episode of Fire Breathing Kittens, this voice is hell on my voice. In part 1, we had a nice little color festival that we attended. Well, we were technically on duty, but we snuck in a little bit of fun here and there, threw around some paint, talked to some kids. One of them missed the father. Turns out the father owns a paint factory. But don't you know it, the kid was visited by some kind of weird butterfly person. We don't know what those are. He was wearing a top hat, and apparently, he wanted a kid to throw in some magical dust, which some of you more regular listeners might recognize from this season is bad news. Of course, being the great detectives that we were, we went to this factory to investigate. Wouldn't you know it? No clues whatsoever, because we did not roll very high today. We had a lot of low rolls. But that's fine. We make up for it with panache. So, after the factory, we decided, hey, what's up with all these flies around town? Everybody's throwing around paint. But then there's these flies, and they don't have no paint on them. So we picked one up, and we did a little bit of experimentation, as you know we like to do. And, turns out, no paint, no blood. Nothing sticks to this bad boy. So, we decided...
So sultry.
Please, sir, I'm doing the thing. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm just steaming here.
Don't interrupt the artist when he's working.
I'm so sorry.
So, instead of trying to fill in the check marks with any kind of liquid drawing instruments, we decided to fulfill the things that the check marks said, like, liven up the town, drink the juice of life, get some wallflowers out here partying with the cool kids. Which we did, sometimes with a little bit of force, sometimes, with more consent, which is very important, as we all know. And we started checking off damn boxes. We had one for dancing in the streets, which was a very nice performance from the robot, from Miss Jade. We had, we had drink a lot of booze, which we are very good at here at Fire Breathing Kittens. Even though we always advertise drink responsibly in your D&D campaigns, you can drink as much as you want, don't you worry. And then we had, Miss Runii. She was eating all the things, get some nice seafood in there, some funnel cakes, all the good stuff. And, we only have one little Chacky Boxy remaining to get some wallflowers partying. Which, we already tried to do a little bit, but turns out blowing up someone's front door isn't the best way to get things going for a party. Which is weird, where I'm from, that's just normal. And then we ran into this mantis person who had a magical frog, which, when put into a bag of holding, exploded and opened up a black hole. These things happen in D&D. But luckily, with a bit of magic, we closed up that portal, saved the mantis person, and now we got 2 armed individuals with arquebuses, which are very small and not impressive-looking guns compared to a bazooka, but we're not talking about that today. And, that's where we about left it off.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you so much. Puberty wing.
Nugget. He's chugging water.
Oh, that's right. That's Nugget. Sorry.
Get
I got
ready
so
for
distracted.
adulthood nuggets, because there's one more stage to go, people.
Ooh, that's the fun one. Okay, so you guys are all pretty stable. You have command of the situation. This mantis dude is gone, and these 2 thugs, they're in a crowded area. They're not going to just start shooting off guns, but they're like getting up, squaring off, and, I understand how this is going to come off, but they are thugs. You need to come with us.
So, they said something very interesting before the break. They said, we are not paid enough for this.
Yeah.
I would like to ask them, good gentlemen with small guns, how much are you paid?
I mean, I'm paid a nice wage. I live comfortably. But it's also being part of the SAFIOC network, so it's not like that. But really, you gotta come with us. You clearly, there's a frog, there's an egg, stuff's exploding. You're talking to this mantis guy. I got questions.
So I would like to rummage through all my random assortment of stuff that's underground and produce my wallet and just, flesh it open a little bit. There's more than 1,000 gold in there. Do they look interested?
So they'll scoop out about 100 gold each and go, I have not seen you and I do not know you. And then they walk away.
Oh, wait. Before you walk away, we need you to party, okay? And I'm going to throw some more of my red paint on them. I'm really trying to get that last check mark.
Come on, Bratis. It is a party night.
I mean, we are not
Paint the
opposed.
town red.
Maybe not paint the town red. Miss Jade, please. That's okay.
Does that mean something else?
No.
Yes.
You're fine.
They have guns.
Oh, no. Okay. Give me insight checks at advantage. As you guys see, this thing glows pretty brightly as you get these people who want to party to, goof off and party with you.
I like how you're giving us advantage now, knowing that my first roll is going to be a 1, because it was.
Yeah, I'm just I'm fighting against the dice here. I don't even see players. I just see 3 D20s that hate me.
Well, this player exchanged out for her last pair of dice and got an 18 on the first roll.
Heck yeah.
23. You gave me advantage.
Nice. Wing?
21. Now we're cooking.
Okay. So you see this thing glow brightly, and as these guys just kind of give you a sly smile and all right. You're like, oh, all of these people want to or are already partying. A wallflower is, stuck to the wall. You gotta find someone who wants to party but won't. Everyone you're trying is too willing.
Okay, let's find someone who is, actually...
You also still haven't gone to the house.
Oh, okay. But I was going to say, we really should be looking for a person who needs to get outside, not on the streets, but inside the homes. We should go knock on the doors, not close them open, and see someone who has not gone outside today. We are looking for potato chips in the... No, Runii says no.
Oh, no, I was saying no to the bazooka being cocked.
Okay. Okay, so we are looking for potato chip, crumbs, hours deep in layers on the clothings, and someone who is not showered today. We shall shower them in red. Paint the town red with paint.
With paint.
Alrighty.
No, I will give them paint, and I will let them paint me. Yes.
Fun. Alright, so give me some
that stranger shows up at the door.
Yeah.
Asks you to throw paint at them.
Insight or persuasion?
Oh, okay. My persuasion is a +8, so 18. I would like to knock on the door. Hello. Hello, I'm Jade.
Oh no. You hear like a strained, like cry female human's voice, like, I don't want to talk right now.
I am an emotional counseling paint service. You can take out your troubles by throwing paint at me.
So more so out of curiosity than anything else, the door opens and you see like a human woman, blonde hair, like a short bob cut, and like a nice party dress. Clearly has been crying for a while. Mascara is like down to the bottom of her chin. And she's like holding a champagne bottle in one hand, which if anyone's chugged a champagne bottle knows that's not a good idea.
No.
There's a lot of carbonation.
Yeah. Yep.
But does look cool. So, weigh your options. She's like, what? Even who called you? If it's from Jared, I don't even want it.
Are you sure you do not want to destroy the gift from Jared by coating it in paint? Because, I was sent by him, and I remind you of him, do I not? And I enter some paint. You can solve that problem.
And she's gonna throw the paint on you. And like, alright, I guess that was kind of fun.
I dodge. I give her more
You
paint.
dodge? Oh, interesting. Make an athletics check.
I see where you're going with this, and I kind of like it.
That was a 4. Maybe I don't dodge.
Cool. So, she like throws the paint on you. She sees you dart away and like throws the paint, still totally gets you, and is like, what are you even doing?
I think sometimes in life when you have troubles, you should take them out physically. Yes? Yeah, here's some more paint, and I throw it at her. Now I'm coating her in paint.
Cool. So she gets coated in paint, and she's like, oh my god.
But she also has paint.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's carts full of paint around, so she grabs a bucket as well and throws it,
This time I dodge.
I sure hope so.
15.
That's good enough. Her athletics is bad. And she's like, oh my god, you little wench. And then, like, grabs another thing of paint and refills and is, like, chasing after you. And
Yay.
then
I let her get me that time.
Eventually people start joining in. And it gets to that, like, like when the boosters leave a rocket ship, where you're like, I can leave this situation and this person's going to continue to have fun.
Subtly sneaks away.
Exactly. Like, once another paint war begins, you see another check mark goes off, and you see a glow coming from the back of the paper.
Very nicely well done, Jade.
It was not my first attempt.
I don't understand why that worked, but please go on.
What does the back of the paper say?
Yeah, Wing, you're holding it. Oh, wait, you don't read. Runii, you read, though.
I will read it.
Hold it up.
You see a map has been drawn. It leads to a location in La Noire, and you see at the top of the back of the page it says La Petite Vie. La Petite Vie.
Is this a language one of us speaks, or...?
It's Albanese, the language of devilkin.
Ah, yes. Yes, infernal. Yes. So, yeah, I read that.
Yeah, so you know it means the little life.
Ah, yes. I don't really, I know what it means, but I do not know what it means. Shall we go there?
I would like to visit the house first if we can before we go there, just to make sure we're not missing any clues.
Okay.
That is pretty smart, yes. Also, I have pulled off a tarp of some kind of wagon, and I have all my stuff in it, and I'm dragging it across the floor. With a lot of effort, because I'm not that strong.
Oh, Wing. You had about 1,000 gold in your pouch. You have 800 left. Would you like to buy another bag of holding?
I mean,
Maybe
yes,
2?
but we will do that after the adventure, because it's funny to just have like...
Well, did you pick up the frog of holding?
Wait, it was still there?
I mean, like, would you have left the frog behind, or...
It exploded, did it? Did?
No, it vomited.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Okay.
blow up your magical item.
Sure you
And
did.
I'm not going to
That's what
suck
happens.
you all... Well, I didn't suck you into the astral plane, so at scale.
Do it.
All right, fair enough.
But sure, I have picked up the
Well,
frog.
I'm not killing a frog.
Okay, I have frog.
So, I mean, you don't have to have it, but he at least is alive. So the listeners know.
Oh, yeah, no, but my bag is that's gone. I'm imagining.
Yeah, that's exploded. If anybody else would have liked to have grabbed this little blue frog of holding, feel free. Or leave it behind.
I'll take the frog. I got egg, I got frog.
Oh, now you want the frog. Okay.
Yes, can I have the frog, please?
Yes, you can have the frog.
Okay.
So your bag of holding is now a frog.
I would like to... You made a grave mistake, sir. I would like to go speak with animals and converse with this frog.
If you don't think the other group did that as well, you are short-sighted.
Hello, living bag of holding frog. I am
Hi.
Wing.
I am blue. And you see he is blue, so...
Would you mind replacing my previous inanimate object that was a bag of holding with being my new bag of holding?
What's your access to bugs?
I mean, probably pretty big. I am both a skilled tracker and I think I'm a pretty wealthy individual, so I can probably get a lot of bugs.
I'm amenable to that.
Okay. Mr. Nugget, I'm a little bit afraid of this frog. It has a very deep and scary voice. But alright, I will start putting things in his mouth.
Do you have a bug?
I have two corpses of animals. Did they attract some flies?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
We hauling
So-
through town.
The frog eats a couple flies, chills out, and then you just sort of like open its mouth and then start jamming stuff into it, and it sort of shrinks as you put it closer to the mouth, a la bag of holding.
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
I'm stuffing everything back in there, including the dead pig and the dead wolf. Those are mine.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to mind.
Okay, cool. All right, frog of holding. I will. So, do I call you Blue?
You can call me whatever you like. I just really want those bugs.
Okay, his name is Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy.
All right.
Okay, I have frog in one hand and egg in other. Yay!
Cool. So, are you headed to La Petite Vie, or no? You're headed to the house, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So, you arrive at the house because you were already in the district. It was just crossing a few streets to get over there, a very small amount of time. The door was unlocked because a child is in charge of the house, and you're able to get inside.
Again, those kids.
Yeah, I don't trust children. So you get inside. It is like a very width-wise small, but lengthwise very long and multiple stories. So it's like the rooms you're in are a little bit compact, but like they go on for a while, you know. and it's sort of slotted in a long row of houses. You hear it's quiet, just like at a glance. You see no lights coming from anywhere, so like, you know, the kid was smart enough to at least turn the lights off before he left. But like nobody appears to be here currently. What do you do? Where do you go? What's your skis?
Well, just a quick examination of the house is in order, I think. Looking for top hat wearing person signs.
So is that perception or investigation?
Perception, please.
Cool. Jade and Runii?
I would like to take out my wand of enemy detection and use one of the charges to detect the direction of the nearest hostile creature within 60 feet. It doesn't have its specific distance, just if it is within 60 feet.
It's coming from inside the house. No, I'm kidding.
I know, right? That's like one of the scariest magic items where it's just like, yeah, there's an enemy within 60 feet of you. Blah. But no enemies around.
Okay. Just for extra reference, just in case, they can be ethereal, invisible, disguised, or hidden. Does that change anything?
No, but the insight gained is, you know for a fact that like within 60 feet as you're walking around, and you know like the house is maybe only like 10 to 15 feet wide. So like your 60 feet range like can cover most of the house easily.
I have a 19 perception, by the way.
Okay, cool. So Jade, what were you up to?
I want to go outside the house because it was a flying butterfly person with a top hat outside of the child's window.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the clues will be outside the house. I can't fly, but I can look up.
Okay, so give me a perception.
Always look up. Big tip.
16.
Cool. So, you see from the outside that like the windowsill, like leading to one of the only windows that faces out to like the back, like communal backyard, is all scuffed up. And like most of them are, you know, pretty pristine from people cleaning the outside, but like it's a little, the wood is a little broken. You're like, it's easy to pick out a scuffed one. So you're like, somebody has been stepping on the outside of this windowsill for sure. So you confirm this kid is like not making up this story at least.
Creeper.
Yes. Within the house, you see that there are a bunch of dishes in the sink. There's like clothes strewn about. And
You hate children.
yeah, this is, if you left a child alone, they would destroy your things. So
It's not untrue.
yeah, call me a liar. I'm glad they exist. I just personally do not trust them as a subspecies.
Subspecies. When you're building your character, your subspecies of human is child.
Yeah, and keep in mind, don't hold Willie accountable for this.
This is entirely an opinion of the DM.
And Tanager. That being said, you notice that the only locked door in the part of the house that is undisturbed by child hands is like, just judging like by the spatial dimensions of this house, a bigger room. It's like the only door on the left half of the second floor. So you're like, this has got to be one big room or a bunch of rooms, you know, or something like that, instead of multiple doors leading to smaller rooms. And it appears to be locked.
Well, I was smart and I bought some lockpicks the other day, so I have lockpicks now. Can I try to open the door with the lockpicks?
You know you can, my friend.
Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
for sure you'd go the bazooka route.
Not every problem needs to be solved with bazooka.
Cut to earlier in the episode when Wing said every problem looks like a target.
But I am not currently holding my bazooka. I have a frog and an egg, so I can do, you know. I guess I gotta put away the egg. Okay, Nugget, you hold the egg. Nugget hold the egg.
Like a lab like a golden retriever when you give it an egg and it very gently holds it in its mouth?
Yes. Like,
Yes, but also curling itself up like a snake, so it's gently holding it in its mouth while keeping it, like, curled up tight in a, like, protective stance.
oh, definitely. A 27 lockpick.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, pippity pop goes that lickety lock.
Yeah, I got some gloves that make me very good at picking locks. Don't ask questions.
Why do you use a bazooka when you can do that?
Why did you blow up the door earlier?
But I was holding the bazooka. So
I mean, you can't blame him. He was holding the bazooka.
see?
See, you were checking hands earlier, Jade. You needed to be watching hands in that moment. But yeah, you have access to this room, which seems to be a long study, like a combination of like a reading room, you know, where there's like a long desk with many papers, cabinets and things like that to contain personal effects, and the majority of the rest of the room is ledgers and a library. And at the very foot of it, you see that there is a curtain that separates the last maybe third of this room.
Ooh, I'm definitely checking behind the curtain. Always check behind the curtain.
So immediately checking find, you found a very proficient artist studio. They seem to be interested in painting naval battles, but like you look upon it and you're like, oh my goodness, like I'm scared, like this cannonball's gonna hit me. You know, like it's that level of skill.
Vater missing, check. Is artist, check. Puzzle pieces, aligning. Ideas forming, connections being made. In my tiny bird brain.
Math equation meme.
Miss Runii, there's a lot of like the reading materials in this room. Can you help me with that? Because for reasons I'm not good at those.
Oh, I am way ahead of you. I would like to do an investigation check or whatever else is appropriate to see if I can find something that is either like a secret entrance sort of book thing, you know, like you pull it and it reveals a door, or just anything that could be, you know, generally helpful about like a journal. I think a journal would be really good to find too.
Wonderful. What'd you roll? Investigation is appropriate, by the way.
Okay, great. So that would have been a 17.
Cool. So looking through, like, it's not hard to find a journal. He was not, like, the locked door was enough for this person. So they left their journal, like, on their desk, just, like, in, like, a drawer. You see that, scanning over it, really enjoyed being wealthy because it enabled him this, like, secret hobby of painting naval battles. And he like didn't want to show this artistic side. And like, you know, so that was kind of his like real self, as it were. It's pretty vague, but the part as an adventurer I know you're going for is the most recent entries.
Mm-hmm.
He came again tonight, knocking at the door as always. I've seen my son's ability, and I know we can be together there. And that ends the last entry.
I don't think we should have left that kid alone.
Hey, Runii, what did you find?
Well, apparently this guy really loved his painting hobby. Clearly, he's pretty good at it. But his last entry says something about someone knocking again at the door, as always. And his son's ability is such that he and his son can be together there, wherever there is.
Oh, well, if he had really cared about this child, they would not be alone right now. Perhaps these are his true colors.
Title idea.
Can I find the kids' room really quickly?
Yeah, it's not hard to find because it's at the end of the hallway facing outside. It's an absolute mess. there's crumbs everywhere and sticky hands. And
So
like
judgmental.
there's no child in the room, but you feel like they're looking at you and going to ask you something that you don't know how to answer.
I love lying to children, so I mean, no, you shall always tell the truth.
Is there any like artistic expression thing inside this room, like a drawing, a painting, stuff like that?
Yes, you see it's very rudimentary, but at a casual glance, like this room had like murals on the walls, and this kid for years has been drawing over them. And like you can see that the more recent ones, or like literally as the kid gets taller, is drawing higher and higher on the walls. The evolution of their skill, and you know, for maybe a 9-year-old, is an above average artist. Like far above average artist. On like having seen his father's work, on par with his father.
Miss Jade, Miss Runii, I think we have problem. I found something.
I run to you.
I also run to you.
I point at the drawings. Look, another skilled artist. I think we all know what that means.
He seems to excel at drawing animals in realistic proportions in interesting positions of movement. Musculature of a skeletal system is a mastery for this child at a young age.
Wow, a giraffe. What are we looking at?
A giraffe.
So realistic.
It's like a really good giraffe, though.
It's a really good giraffe.
This reminds me of Musa. Okay, so I think we should find the kid again, because I think we have a missing dad and possibly next missing kid situation, because they're both artists and they are involved with someone that spreads around this dust, and they might be one of those butterfly people. I think we should have taken the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, you gotta kidnap that orphan.
No, I just finished sending them to college. I am child-free for a little bit. Finally.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we already, the Fire Breathing Kid has already kidnapped a couple of kids this season from like, extra dimensional places. So I think we already crossed that line a long time ago.
Well, and tying it back into the plot, yeah, these frickin' bugs from another dimension keep stealing children and cool people. And this is becoming annoying.
Okay, so giraffe. There's a giraffe. There's a child being kidnapped. Runii, we have been to the house. You mentioned we should perhaps go find the child, make sure they are destroying something safely.
Yeah, or
Good luck.
just not being kidnapped, I think would be great. Although I'm kind of worried at this point that they have been kidnapped already.
That would be nice. I mean, yes, let's go find them.
What?
You guys, it's the opposite of empty nest.
We can retrace our steps back to the pastel town, see if he's still there waiting for his dad, and otherwise we can also go to the small French worded place, which I don't understand that language.
Wing, you also might want to put that egg back into the frog and maybe hide the frog. If people were after it already and we go back to where there's a lot of people that could see that, it's probably not a good idea.
Can I get insight checks from the party, Jade at advantage?
On the frog.
Well,
Okay.
on the situation that Runii had just presented.
First one was a 2. Second one was an 11, so 16.
12.
I also got a 16.
The
So-
DM's finally figured out how to make us roll a high. Just make us roll twice.
Yeah, because the first one's cursed. Hey, for some of you fellow DMs out there, like, we love to win, but it's cursed. Egg needs to be protected. Jade made a good check. He paid off mafia people to ignore it for a time period. When it comes down to it, he did not buy their loyalty. They just grifted him and avoided a confrontation that they could not win. So you know that definitely these people might still be looking for the frog egg, or you don't know for sure if they know what's inside of it, but you know that the Safiosis want this frog.
Wing, it is my experience with the Safiosi that they tend to get their way unless I stop them. So I think they are still after your egg. Although, yes, their underlings often betray them. They have no honor.
Oh, that's okay. No worry. Nugget protect. He protect.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like the golden retriever egg mouth. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
But I can put it in Jeremy if that it gets it out of sight. That's a pretty smart idea. Okay, just I go to Nugget and I kind of try to grab the egg and I go, Nugget. Me and Nugget protect the egg. Don't you worry about the egg. We got it. Let's find this kid, or yes, kid.
Let's do it real simple. Give me a group, high or low, even or odd.
By the well, high is
Come on, you all know the answer.
better.
Yeah, but what are we going to get?
Definitely low.
You're going to get a lost child.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can find him. He's a human, and I'm expert tracker in humans, so.
So as this, like, you walk up to this child who's like sitting there, and he's like, "He didn't come." And you see the last one there.
Oh.
It's very sad.
Hello, little child. We have some good news and bad news. Your father is not coming back because he has been kidnapped by interdimensional bug people. So, you are now adopted by the fire-breathing kittens. Hello, welcome to the family.
Not what I would have gone for, but okay.
That's a lot.
But it's true.
I'm just gonna reach into another pocket. It's got a very poor outline of a cat on it. Just reach in and I pick up a cat. It's a black cat, and I just give it to the child and I say, "Here, this is Lucy, and just pet her just for a little bit." And then I'm gonna take out my wand of enemy detection again and make sure that we're not surrounded by enemies. Just to make sure.
Every space becomes an unsafe space.
Yeah, you're not surrounded by enemies. You're just being watched by one.
Oh
man. Okay.
You don't see it. You look around, but your wand is like, because it is. I imagine this wand is sassy, because it's like, yeah, there's an enemy. I'm not going to tell you where.
Yep.
But yeah, you might die. So just figure that out. Yeah, instead it doesn't give you a direction.
No.
Paranoia.
No, it does. It's not that sassy. So you know the direction of the nearest creature hostile to you within 60 feet, but not its distance from you. So I know the direction, but I don't know if it's 10 feet from me or 60 feet.
Let me rephrase. You'll like this better. Something is watching you from the rooftops behind you.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
That's better, right? This is what you wanted? I'm being good? Praise me. Praise me for telling you of the vultures.
Somehow, I've heard a voice from a god, a deity from another plane, perhaps. And it says I should look behind me, but I don't. And instead, I say, kind of in just a whisper, "Jade, there's someone on the rooftops directly behind us, and they're watching us."
Oh, don't worry. I have a shield of missile attraction. You are safe.
Oh, I'm not.
Point.
I do trust your ability to protect.
No, literally, it can't hit you. It must target me.
We're going to talk about that later, maybe. But just, act casual and see if you can see something on the building or what. But I think we should probably take this kid somewhere safe.
Or...
Do it.
I could taunt them and they could come at me.
With a child around, though?
Literally, they will only be able to come at me. That's my point.
But then we can't help you if we're trying to protect the kid.
Oh, no, I don't need you. I'm fine. So, DM, I would like to do... Oh, you know the distance, right, Runii?
No, I do not know the distance.
Do not
just
know the
that
distance.
It is.
Got it. But you know it's within 60.
Yes.
Okay. If it's within 60, then that means that Champion challenge. As a bonus action, I issue a challenge that compels other creatures to do battle with me. Each creature of my choice that I can see within 30 feet. Wait. I can't
Perception check.
Yeah. I look around quickly, and I rolled a 16.
Yeah. You see a freaky ass bug dude that, like, is hiding under an awning from a high top building. Like 4 sets of insectoid wings, big round bug eyes, fluffy plumage around the neck, making it look very moth-like. And the general carapace, while not being clothing, gives off the vibe of, like, formal regalia.
Excellent. So, how many feet away from me are they?
Oh, Jade. Also, you recognize this is that Echolblim you let out in Pop Fiction.
Barry, you're alive. I knew that reality dream was just a dream. You didn't die at all. I promise. Okay, good. Hi, Barry.
Wait, did you guys kill him?
No, we did not. That didn't happen. That's how you know it wasn't the real one. All right, so...
Oh, no.
What?
The other part killed him?
I will not say, because it did not happen. Okay, so are they within 30 feet of me?
No, not within 30 feet.
Okay, if I were to move 30 feet, could they be vertically less than 30 feet up in the air? Because a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So for them to be 60 feet away from, it's possible that they might, yeah? Let's do some triangle math.
I will not, and no. And that's what you get for trying to make me do math. And let that be a lesson to all listeners and players in Fire Breathing Kittens.
Actually...
Don't make me do math. Okay, I'm sorry. Wing, go ahead.
Fun fact. 5th edition D&D is in a world that is a non-Euclidean world. The shortest distance to the target is just the shortest line that is either horizontal or vertical to it. You do not have to do math for triangulation.
See, I'm just non-Euclidean.
Wait, what?
Is that real?
The shortest distance is horizontal or vertical? So there's no diagonals?
Nope.
What?
There's no diagonals?
Nope.
DM, you're within 60 feet. Baby, I got 30 feet movement. Ain't no way that bug's outside my range.
See, now you're using me not doing math to your advantage, because I'm not going to question you. Okay.
Oh, man. All past Fire Breathing Kittens episodes are invalid, because I've done a lot of diagonals.
This is the true reality.
They designed the system to be easy for you to use, and you don't have to do many maths.
I've just been using 3, 4, 5 special right triangles. If 60 is a multiple of 5, which it is,
no,
then
no, we're
Just do
not.
the thing.
We're not.
okay,
We're not
all right.
doing
well,
this.
Anyway, that would be 3 times 12 plus 4 times 12. Okay, so that'd be so it says I have my choice: champion challenge or compelled duels. Let me just hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna do champion challenge. Please make a wisdom saving throw as I say, you, and point at them.
What do they have to be?
Oh, give me a second to scroll. So many pages. Don't play paladin, people.
Everyone play paladins always.
Paladins are very good in this edition. Play paladins.
16.
Can't beat it, but very, very close.
Well, close, but no cigar, because now I have frightened you, and you can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from me. Ew, Barry. Oh, hello, it's been so long since I let you out of the glass ball. Do you remember in the factory? Hello, I am Jade.
Jade, sorry. Jade, lovely to meet you. Again, you look lovely. Would you like to come with us? We can make you eternal. You're a beautiful creature.
I'm 52 years old. You're very nice. No, I do not think you're correct. Hey, my friends, look, it is a berry.
Don't worry, Miss Jade. I agree with them. You are still beautiful, even if you're a little bit older. You're still a valid.
Your form is a limiter. We will remove that and make you Echolblim. You will be perfect in symmetry, and your mind will be preserved and go to the greater hive and court.
I mean, that does sound pretty good, if you think about it.
Right? This bird knows what's up. Do you want to be an Echolblim?
I really doubt that you would want to recruit me. I'm sorry. It's so funny. It's like when they told me I had a soul in the El Casino. I'm like, that's nice, but it's not true. So, hey, Runii, this is Barry. He was being held captive in the Pulp Fiction episode in the Aegis Industries factory.
Huh. Jade, we're going to talk about that too. But Barry, it's very nice to meet you. I have a couple questions. What are you doing and why?
I also have a question. So are you saying I can be together forever with Nugget?
Wayne, don't listen to him.
Yes.
No.
Don't listen to her.
No,
Come
don't
with
listen
me.
to him.
Are you sure that Wing and Nugget are able to? Because I think they cannot. And DM, I fed them that pop from Pop Fiction.
This Echolum does not know that, correct?
I think they do. I think they were aware of the factory. I think that one in particular knows.
I have a vague awareness of when I do and do not DM. I do this for you, listeners, not for me. So I don't remember it. Shout out June Diane Raphael in How Did This Get Made, where she does not remember the movies that she talks about for hours.
Also, Wing and Nugget both would not really know if they could or couldn't become, so they are both interested.
I forced you Coca-Cola one time. I promise.
I know. But Wing doesn't.
Okay, Nugget remembers. And Barry in particular knows because they were held captive in the factory that produced the Coca-Cola that makes people not become Emblem.
Wasn't that the Midwestern, the Southern mom and Gatsby?
Yeah, that was Cordelia. Gatsby was a mother. It was great.
So we off-screen made Wing chug cola?
That was a different episode.
I think it was the episode right after that.
What episode was
Sinners
that
and
one?
Souls, I think.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oof.
Yeah.
They made me immune.
Yeah. He's too gullible. So I knew this was coming. And I had three left.
Yeah. I was waiting for the moment one of these things would approach me.
Cool.
Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to establish that, like, out of character, in character, I would have said nothing. Because of lulz.
Yes, I have no recollection of even what you're talking about. So I'm going to have to look back at our catalog. But, yeah, no, not that you're wrong. Just I like my... There's a reason I did a festival. I like a good time. Okay, so you guys are immune. This guy knows. He's like, hey...
Well, he probably doesn't know. He would know about the immunity, but I'm not saying it out loud. But I'm just reminding, out of character, I'm reminding everybody, Wing's immune.
Okay.
In character, I'm just lolling because I know, and this villain doesn't know. And
well, then, yeah, he continues on his line of thinking of like, yeah, come with me. I'll make you an Echolum, and then I'll get a dragon one too, and that'll be super great for me.
Yeah, I feel like my questions are being ignored, though, and I'd really like them answered.
Say one more time.
What are you doing, and why?
Oh, the reason those questions are being ignored is because he does not want to answer those.
That's a fair point.
Yes, and as a sentient being, he can choose to ignore you. So he is trying to make a deal with a bird who knows a dragon, and is like, why I'm here is not important. So I'm sorry. Can I? Would you like to make a check or an action because of the raw fury of being ignored?
Yes, whatever check will work. I guess it would be insight, even though, I mean, like, canonically, Runi's insight is not very good, hence her not realizing she was being ignored.
And Runii, this person can't move more than 30 feet away from you if you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, there's a reason he's just holding position trying to make deals.
Well, that was only an 8 on insight, but she's still pretty upset.
Cool. So I'll also allow like an action if you want to cast a spell or like move or something like that. But you're like 100% sure, even with this 8, like the 8 is not you not noticing you're being ignored. It's you getting really mad that you're being ignored. That's your below 10.
So being so upset that I'm being ignored and this bug person is trying to make deals with my friends that are obviously very bad. Oh, man. I'm going to cast. Hopefully it works. One more time, I'm going to do that sphere and try and trap him in the sphere. So,
Ooh.
yeah. I know he can't get away from Jade, but I want to make doubly sure that he feels trapped.
Okay, very important. What is your DC?
16.
Bloop.
Yes!
A bubble encases this Echolblim. It is still, like, at the top floor of this building, fluttering, high in the air. So you have to get up there to it. But you have trapped this bug. For I think this is the second bug you've caught tonight.
I maybe we should just feed it to the frog. I don't know. The frog said it liked bugs. Oh, Runii doesn't know that. Wing. Hint, hint.
I imagine Jeremy going, feed me, Seymour.
Do you still have Speak with Animals up?
No. This is just
cool.
me.
Never mind.
Morning.
So,
I just imagine Wing is like, oh, I'll go with this person, and Nugget is just bites him in the scuff of the neck and just holds him there like, because Nugget is the smarter of the two. He knows.
Cool. So, are you gonna go up, like, let's just say the fire escape to get to this Echolblim?
Mm-hmm. And so this is a weightless sphere and it can be moved around. So I'm just going to go up to the roof and then push it down so that he's right in front of Jade.
Cool. So Jade, you're, how long does it last? Like a minute, I'm going to guess?
Yep.
Cool. So you have at least over 30 seconds, multiple rounds of looking at this Echolblim. Essentially you get halfway up the fire escape, you're like, okay, move it the rest of the way down, and Jade can do her guard thing
As long as it doesn't move 30 feet away from me, or I don't move 30 feet away from it. Yeah, also I was busy doing the Pythagorean theorem.
Why?
It was probably 30 feet away from me and 52
nerd,
feet up in
dude.
the air if it was 60 feet diagonally. Maximally.
Non-Euclidean.
I refuse. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of spacing out, thinking about stuff. I'm sure I was thinking about how I gave Wing a pop can. So, I have been delivered a bug in a bubble.
Yes, you have. And you have about 30 seconds. I think what we should do is intimidate him into either telling us stuff or, I don't know, we could also just kill it. But I think leaving the child alone, and if we can learn more about its motivations, it's like, you're the bad cop. I saw you in action the last time we were in an adventure together. So.
Oh, that was outside of Nikamui. I don't know what to do, and there are not laws. But there are laws here, and I should probably not kidnap people.
That doesn't mean you can't intimidate them.
Maybe you can give back the dad. That would also be great.
Oh, yes, you cannot kidnap people either.
Yeah, reverse. It makes it good again. Negative and negative makes it positive.
I
true.
didn't kidnap him. Your realm sucks. And the people who are smart enough to realize that willingly come to us to be eternal and beautiful. So maybe if your realm didn't suck so much, people wouldn't want to leave it.
But the counterpoint we saw is true colors. He wants to be with his son. He would not be staying with you without his son. So you are keeping him against his will? I can come to no other conclusion.
Yeah, I also have two counterpoints. This world rocks. We are cool because we are in it. And my second counterpoint.
So bring him back without leaving 30 feet from me.
Firstly, impossible. Secondarily, he does not want to come here. We have taken him because he has come to us. This world was not satisfying his needs. He wanted to be an artist, and now he can be an artist for us, eternally, as Echolblim.
Is he free to change his mind?
You see the bug eyes just sort of this one's a little cagey and it's choosing not to answer.
Well, if he's not free to change his mind, it's not really consent.
No Eckelblem can change their mind. We cannot change anything. We are beings of beautiful experience. We see things, take them in, not create our own.
Oh, like his beloved son creates things of his own. The sons that once he has stepped away, he realized that he missed. Once they went away to college, she realized how quiet our house was and how it was driving her slowly insane. I mean, he he must miss him. Bring him back.
No.
Well, we
Yes.
have to stalemate.
Yeah.
Wing.
Well, he seems uncooperative, so I am approving the bazooka this time, Wing, and I'll join you.
Feel free to ask him yourself. We know you, kittens. Make the circle, come to our realm, and ask him to come back with you. See what the father says.
Oh, that's a pretty good option, actually.
Okay, and I shake dust off of him.
No.
I have dust now.
Let's just think this through. He said that a person is unwilling to change their mind and cannot unbecome Eckelblem. Even if we went there and tried to plead our case, he couldn't come back anyway.
Well, so
This
he's
is a
lying,
trick.
but yeah, I'm gonna do an insight check on what he said.
Yeah, I mean, make your check. Like, look,
I mean, you believe him?
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, you believe him, Runii? Well, I guess he wins then because he said the thing, so it must be true.
Oh, no.
Yay! I won. And thanks for listening to Fire Breathing Kittens. We're done now, and I won. God dang it!
We still have to beat him up and make him and force him to bring the guy back option. That's always a good option. That worked for us in
I
the
guess
past.
that's
It'll work
true.
for us again.
All right, so that's a 14. Is he lying?
Yeah, you know there are ways to get him back. Like, there is a nugget of truth where if the process is totally done, aside from a polymorph and, like, deep magic, like, but if this dude disappeared 4 days ago, there's no way he's an Eckelblem right now.
I laugh and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I laugh and I lean into his face and I laugh. I'd like to do an intimidation check.
Okay, go for it.
This is the Jade that Runii knows.
If I like put my bazooka to the side of his head, does he get advantage?
Oh my gosh.
No, because his life is nothing in the greater court.
Oh my
Slash
gosh.
hive.
Oh no.
Yikes, don't be one of them.
He's a bug, dude. Do you think one ant matters? No, it's the queen and the hive.
That's a good point.
Intimidation is just my base charisma of +4, so that's a 22.
Okay. I see we're at a tension point here. How about I open up a portal right to him, and then I leave?
Okay, but how about my friends go through that portal and retrieve him, and if they don't come back, I kill you?
I feel like I die in most versions of this deal.
No. If you'll send them to the right place and they come back safely, then you are free to go to jail. You live.
I'm going to attempt to run.
Okay, I watch. The bubble bursts, right? And he tries to get 30 feet from me and runs into a glass wall.
No. He's going to do the portal and then get them through the other side. And then before it's like the go to jail part, he's like, I'm going to try to run at that point. And you can at least give me that.
He just says this?
Yeah, no, he is a noble bug from another realm. So this is reasonable to him.
Yeah, it's
he's
pretty-
formally requesting the option of running.
Oh, yes. In some countries, they do not consider it a crime to try to escape from a jail. They think it is a human right that you have the freedom to attempt to escape, that all, confined creatures have the natural impulse to try to escape. However, in our country, we punish it. But, so it's true. Wings flares like, why would you do that? I don't know. I didn't make the laws.
we have the same laws, so it's, yeah.
It's almost like most of my games are a lampoon of society and laws.
So I do not encourage you to do that. Okay, makes a portal.
Okay, he wiggles his little butt and dusts a circle. And,
And sings to make it work.
yes.
Okay.
A jitterbug. And a portal to the yokai emerges.
Not gonna lie, Rooney's definitely more intrigued than she would want to admit.
Oh, it's magic.
Yeah.
I mean,
A jitterbug.
I'm not really comfortable with the part of the plan where we actually have to go to this place. It sounds like a bad idea, but oh well. Wing hasn't been yet, so we'll see. New experiences.
Don't
I
worry,
hate
Wing.
this next part.
Oh,
Sure, we'll be fine.
Holy cow, this effect does not end unless I am incapacitated or die, or if the creature becomes more than 30 feet away from me, which they can't willingly do. So I got them. I got you, boo.
Oh, frick. He can't even run. Well, okay. This comes down to an interesting question of what level an enemy has about the spells that are impacting them. You know, like, I doubt he has a tooltip in his brain that's like, hey, you can't leave 30 feet. He's probably, yeah, like you said, he's going to run and hit a glass wall.
Yeah.
Like a dumb bug.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, you guys go through the portal, correct?
yep. Let's do it.
You emerge on a storm-filled rocky cliffside. You see that there is a small plateau with like a little bubble of like mossy outcropping that is creating like a space in which you see a like a dude. You know, he's got all the normal human parts. He's just encased in like a gross, lightly pulsating, neon-colored cocoon. But his arms are emerging in like, you know, like fleshy visages and creating paintings of, I'll just give you the perception check, mindless undead aboard ships that are being forced to crash on repeat to provide inspiration for this guy.
This doesn't really look very beautiful to me. Does it look beautiful to you, Wing?
I have had nightmares about places like this. I do not like this.
But what if you were super into naval battles?
But I am not.
I'm just saying.
I think God makes me right. These places suck. Screw these bugs. Let's get this guy out of here. So how's this, is this cocoon like attached to the ground or anything? Is it like floating?
So, like I said, there's a mossy sort of outcropping that's growing, like, vegetation-wise over, like, a piece of rock that's sort of, like, curving up, like, in a natural, like, cover. It's like this has been grown over this to provide more cover. And then in sort of the concave angle of this outcropping, the cocoon has been attached to the interior rocky wall. It looks pretty gooey. Like, you could just rip this dude out. There is not any sort of, like, body horror stuff attaching it. It seems to be more of an arcanic goo.
I'm going to use my mage hand to just rip apart as much as possible, as quickly as possible, but I'm not touching that if I can help it.
Cool. So, much like if you were to pinprick a water balloon, this dude comes, like, pop sliding out, covered in goo. I mean, naked, of course, but we don't need to focus on that. Like, I wasn't done with my painting.
I'm sure your son would much prefer you be with him than finish your painting.
My son, he's supposed to arrive and we can paint together.
He,
In eternity.
I don't know if he would want that. Did you talk to him about it?
No, he's 8. He shouldn't have an opinion.
I disagree, and it seems like you should talk it out.
I have an idea. So I have heard his son speak. I would like to stand next to where the portal where we came in and mimic his voice and say, Papa, I am here. Come get me. They said I had to come to you. Come get me so we can paint together. And I would like to mimic his voice.
Corvidians.
Yeah, bruh, I'm not even going to check that because that's, like, heartbreaking. So, He, like, the voice of his son asking him to come home echoes in his human heart. And no matter what sort of magical rites these Echoblim were trying to do to him, he is a human, and the world that he comes from is full of people, you know, that need to have community. And even though his life sucks, and he doesn't think the world is good, that doesn't mean he can make that decision for someone else. So he gets up, immediately falls on the floor because he's covered in goo, and it's super slippery, and then attempts to walk back towards the portal.
And the DM is shedding a tear.
No, I'm not. Shut up. Jade is lying. Lose a level. Rocks fall. Everyone dies. Thank you for watching Fire Breathing Kittens.
Emotion.
Shut
Emotional damage.
Look, I do this most games, but some people are polite enough not to mention it to the entire internet.
It's okay,
It's
DM.
okay.
Be proud. It's a touching moment.
Well, look, I had a lot of secret endings to this double part, or not double part, but yin yang episode, and none of them involved me weeping. So, good job, members of whatever episode this is called. Frickin' dorks. To go talk about the Pythagorean theorem more.
We
Don't
all
worry.
love you too.
We all weep as well to make you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, you save the guy.
And get him clean. Rooney's going to use prestidigitation as he's going forward to wipe off all of the goo so that when he goes through the portal and embraces his son, he's not dripping in cocoon. Blech.
And I gave him some pens.
So you see this kid, like, jumps in the air, like, punches a fist and goes, I knew it! I knew I'm a good boy. And, like, runs and, like, embraces his father, who, like, is dealing with a whole midlife crisis that almost caused him and his son to become aliens.
Oh.
And, somewhere far else,
Ooh.
in a small club called La Petite Vie, a satyr stands on stage and says, we're gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Arcanic, rune life, and that means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you that in this place and this time, we, the best, brightest, and most beautiful of Nicomoy, are here to remind this world that this place is a place worth living, and I'm an adventurer criminal. So know that me and the fire-breathing kittens got your back, no matter what happens. So remember, stay here and revel. And with that, we will end our episode. We were joined this week by Runii,
Aw, I'm going to cry.
Wing,
I have an egg. This is a good day. I'm gonna make another nugget.
and Jade.
Belly, I will escort you to jail now. Just be happy you are alive in this reality, and I'm not crying.
Frickin' goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Go tell somebody you love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Podcasting University, a podcast where we show you how to get started with your own podcast and make money from it through simple step-by-step tips, advices, and instructions. Listen to successful podcasters as they talk about their journey, the difficulties that they faced, and how they made it to where they are today. You can visit thepodcastinguniversity.com for more details.
History and Factoids About Today is a podcast by Cool Media, Cool Media. It is a podcast about all the interesting and historical events of that day, birthdays, national days, and fun facts and trivia. For example, April 9th was about unicorns, Hugh Hefner, Dennis Quaid, Kristen Stewart, Little Nas. April 7th was about burritos, Russell Crowe, James Garner, and Hall & Oates. April 6th was about Siamese cats, Billy D. Williams, Merle Haggard, and more. If you'd like to hear some cool facts about today, such as birthdays, national days, fun facts, trivia, listen to History and Factoids About Today, the podcast, by Cool Media. coolmedia.com